やっぱ最後の空港ということでね、全部連れてきたい。やってくぞー空港。最後まで楽しんでいきましょう。羽田空港ミュージックユニティ2023ライブ中継でよろしくお願いします。
Okay, everyone. Yeah, we don't really have anything on the agenda today. Just want to get some mileage in. Just gonna sketch some free sketching. Hope everyone's having a good time. Nah, I don't do the April Fool's thing. That shit is annoying. I hate people who do April Fool's shit. I'm just like, It's like the worst day of the fucking year, like in general, because everyone thinks it gives them the excuse to be like a dumbass for the day. Know what I mean? Like, don't even talk to people on the first. So, you know, the other day we were talking about being more intentional with our sketches. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna slow down a little bit, be more intentional with our strokes, and actually maybe think instead of just like freestyling and not thinking about it and just making like brush strokes, to actually just be like, all right, well, what am I gonna do next? Yeah, pretty much you just have to get off of social media today. Like, what's the point? Nothing nothing that you see online today is gonna be worth anything anyway. You know? Fucking crazy petty ass people. Hey man, are you available? You available for a talk? I'm gonna give you a call real quick. I want to talk to you about something. All right, and they just never call you, like stupid shit like that. This pen is about to die. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Damn it. Yo, what's going on? Thanks for the it's been a minute. Thanks for the sub. Oh, that reminds me. Sub, that reminds me. I have to go onto my wife's computer and then use her Twitch account to sub to my channel. Why not? I mean, she has Amazon Prime, so why not? That's what I do. It's essentially getting like $3 off of Amazon Prime every month because that sub money just comes back to me, right? Anyway, how you doing? What's going on? You're well? Been traveling around the world for work? Drawing more than ever though? That's awesome. Are you I assume that you're doing a lot of like observational kind of drawing. Like now that you're traveling a lot, you can kind of expose your brain to new things, right? You know, it's funny you bring that up. We were talking about that on last night's stream. We were bringing up the topic of like how a lot of my artwork has been looking really like boring lately, right? But then I realized I'm like, I haven't actually even left the house since like 2019. Like I've left every now and then to go do a convention here and there, but like I'm not like a man of the world like I used to be, right? And we were just talking about how that most of my my mileage and my observations came from me being like at the airport and stuff. And now that I'm not doing that, my stuff has gotten really bland. And I'm excited because later this year, I'm going to be back out there doing cons full time again this year. Yeah, that's awesome. So where are you at now? At the moment? That sounds like a lot of fun though. Traveling and drawing. Oh, you have another kid? Oh, that you ain't going nowhere then. My buddy just 2 days ago just had his daughter, his first kid. Yeah. And I was just like, all right, man. Well, I don't know why you're texting me. You should be napping. If you have the time to text me right now, then you should be taking a nap. So I told him. Had a fun drawing session. You're showing them your stuff. Feeds lifetime. Hey, now that's cool. Well, I appreciate that. No, but on my end, everything's been going pretty well. Other than the conventions, I have other stuff that's also that we have going on this year. Really exciting stuff. The one that there's two things. Now that I think about it, I actually have a shit ton of stuff going on outside, just outside the cons. The conventions, honestly, those are just such like a side note to everything I have going on this year. That's just me shooting episodes for YouTube and making like big paychecks. But like the actual creative stuff this year is crazy. Yeah, actually, I have quite a few things, but two big things that I can't talk about right now. Like, I think I'll be able to talk about one of them in April, and then the other one I'll be able to talk about like in fucking like August or something. But yeah, I in the past have always been hesitant to take larger projects while I had a busy convention schedule, because I was always just like, well, I want to put all my energy into the cons and maximizing the money I make at those cons by spending all my free time making like a new collage or a product for the con, right? Which would yield more money. But this year I was just like, I already did that. We gotta be open to doing different things. So that's why I start saying yes to more projects. Don't worry. You won't have to look far for when those things go live. Once I'm able to talk about them, I'm not going to shut up about them. Yeah, once those things go live, I'll make sure everybody knows. Never start off with a hat. I have this weird thing where I can't. It's like if I draw, like I'm drawing the interior of a car. If I draw the person first, I could assemble the car around them. But if I start with the car and then I put the person in it, I can't scale it right. I can't eyeball it. It's fucking awful. And that's what's happening here. Like I started with the hat and I can't scale the person to it. But I could, if I started with the face, I could have scaled the hat to that. God damn it. All right. Go for it. Hold on, my wife is texting me.
着てきたから俺ちょっとかけたかったんだ。
How often do you replace your brushes? Yours feels way too flimsy. The brushes themselves last a long time, but I just refill the ink. I used to have to change my, when I was traveling, I used to have to change my Pentel brush, and you command pen, you can see exactly which Pentel brush I like. I think I would have to change them, because I would have like 3 active ones at one time. I'd probably say a month I'd have to dump all 3. Just because when I was traveling, the temperature is what would mess up the bristles because it would like gunk up the ink. But since I've been home in COVID, my God, I have some pens here from like 2020, dude. Like, command pen. Well, this is not the Pentel one. This one is from Zig. This one was gifted to me, so that's why we're using it. But normally I'm using the Pentel. Yeah, normally I'm using the Pentels. But I mean, to me all brush pens are kind of the same. Once you get control, they all kind of behave the same. I mean, until you get like a really fat brush, and then it gets a little harder to do certain things. Yeah, I mean, it's brush pens are so like finicky. Like if you have like the size of the paper you use will make it easier or more difficult. You know, if you have big hands, I think it's hard. I mean, those are all things that you could eventually get past, right? But I think during the early parts of it, I think the bigger the page you have, the easier it is to learn. Well, it depends. The higher up you hold it, the more control you have over it, and then the further back you hold it, the looser you can get your lines, right? But again, that also goes to like the scale. If I'm drawing on the wall and I'm doing a really big drawing, like, you know how we do those big like mural level ones, I'm always holding it about right here for those, because then you're just kind of going like this, right? But you know, we're in a pretty small sketchbook, so I'm like all the way to the front here, so I want to get as much control. And I like to pivot with my fingers for more details, but otherwise I'm kind of just dragging it with my arm, my shoulder rather. Yeah, the area of the pen where you hold it makes a big difference into like how much control you're gonna have over it. For those who don't know. So what is it you find, maybe not having trouble with necessarily, but is there something that you find a little bit kind of challenging to do, like getting like thinner lines, or what? Yeah, put it in the critique section. I'll take a look in the Discord. Here's a link to the Discord for everyone who's interested. After watching so many people draw, the only thing that I've really learned is that, like, if it's not causing any discomfort, because you said you've been drawing a lot, right? If what you're doing right now isn't causing any discomfort, then it's not a problem. Like with how much we draw, if you're holding it in a weird way, you're holding it like this. So almost like chopsticks, right? So you're balancing it on... Let's see. That's the thing though, if that's what you're comfortable with... Like, I hold mine... Let's see, how do I hold... Like, sometimes I think I hold mine like this, right? Like that. But the quote-quote correct way is to hold it like this. That's the quote-quote correct way to do it. But I have 0 damage on any of my joints. I have never stressed any, like... I stress out my forearms a little bit when I do digital art. But never doing traditional, so... If that's how you're comfortable, don't even... I don't know if that's how you're comfortable, I don't... I guess the ultimate question is, have you had any discomfort yet? Have you taken any damage yet? Are you feeling, you know, do you get cramps? Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it. But you have to also remember the way people hold their pen when they write. People kind of hold theirs differently, right? And if you've been holding it a certain way for like 30 years, you know, 20 years, and this other person's been holding their pen a certain way for like 20 years, and both people are fine and you've adjusted to it, you can't expect each other to to write like the other person. That's just not how they, you know what I mean? That's not how they develop. So that's what was told. And from what I've observed, it doesn't fucking matter. As long as you're not taking damage, you're fine. You can think about it like the gym. You know how people are like, you need to take 1 day on, 1 day off. It's 1 day on, 1 day off. Like, fuck all that, man. I go to the gym every day. I don't give a fuck. I'm fine. You know, it's like that. Why isn't my chat showing everybody? Well, that's because that chat will be coming from YouTube, so you shouldn't be able to see in your chat box, but I should be able to see them in my chat box, and it's not showing up for some reason. But now that you have been drawing more, have you been feeling any kind of extra like stress on, like, I don't know, your forearms or anything? Okay, there you go.
改めて紹介します。 DJ ノートボーダーロビンソン。
形のない気持ち忘れないように決まりていたレイアウトを消した不特実さ
これるやつみんな来い。
を捕まえて胸に秘めた言葉のせ空に飛び放つの君に伝えたいことが君に届けたいことがたくさんの電話線になって遠く彼方へと響く君に伝えたいことが君に届けたいことがいくつもの線は円になって全てつなげて共になって
超一日楽しかったな。
Hey Gwen, what's up? Do I have the original of that one? I should still have that. I can't remember. If I do, it's buried in my pile of stuff. Thanks for the follow. How much would I sell that for? If I do still have it, my wife won't let me sell it. 'You know how that is. No, that piece specifically. About to eat breakfast, so you're gonna be lurking. See, all right. Well, what's on the breakfast menu? Can you explain the triangle shadows on the back? They totally fit. Just want to understand how your mind... Oh, I mean, that's just like I'm just thinking about the way the folds on the jacket are, and it's essentially like, um, let's think of an example. Um, well, like, okay, so I'm representing like the folds in the clothing, like with a line, right? But like if the light source is coming from over here, then I could easily just illustrate it like this, right? So it's the same, it's like it's giving off the same kind of information, but I'm just kind of representing where the shadow, where it would cast like a shadow. You know what I mean? So you're just kind of eyeballing it. So this one would be like the light source would kind of be coming from the front over here. So it's like if you were to do like cell shading with like a marker or something, you'd get something like that with the shape, right? So you just have to think about where the cloth is gonna fold, and instead of just doing like a regular line, right? You can represent it like that. Oh, look at all these follows. Appreciate it. Yeah, like Dragon Ball. Actually, Dragon Ball would be the perfect example. So like let's say oh, this is a great example. Can you see that? No, that's too small. Let's so instead of just doing it on the clothes, I will do it in every area where there would normally be like a cell shade, right? But because we're only working in blacks, you'll see what I'm gonna do here. Wow, I haven't drawn. Jesus Christ, I haven't drawn Goku in like forever. I don't even think. Ugh. Anyway, he is forever burned in my visual library. Apparently. Nope, not so much. All right. Anyway. Fuck, man. Chubby Goku. Yeah, plus, I've drawn my fair share of Dragon Ball characters in my time. I don't know if you guys know that. So more or less, can you kind of see what I'm doing here with the shading? That, like, you're asking about what we did with the jacket on the previous page. It's basically just this. Just kind of finding where the shadows are. Yeah, thinking about it in Dragon Ball actually is a really good way to think about it. Holy shit, I didn't even that's a really good, like, reference point. Yeah, pretty much where you find the Terminators, where you're gonna be putting that line right here. But you know, because it's anime, you can kind of just eyeball it. So the question is is it like just guessing somewhat, or do you like know where exactly? You're not really guessing, like it's your drawing. You decide where the light source is, right? You're deciding where the light source is. You're deciding everything about the drawing. It's your drawing. So there's no real guessing. You just, once you decide where it is, you just have to make sure you stay consistent with it, pretty much. Thanks for the follow. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, things are going pretty well. The wife is recovering really, really, really well. She's been able. It's because like chemotherapy really suppresses your appetite and it makes you nauseated, right? So most people who go through chemo, what happens is they start to kind of wither away because they're just not able to eat, or what they eat they sometimes, most of the time, can't keep down, and that's what causes them to really wither away. But she's been getting her appetite back, and she's been eating a lot more, and now that she's eating more, I can actually start to measure out the food, because I'm prepping all the food every day, so I'm able to measure things out and make sure she's getting her macros and her micros and her vitamins and all that stuff, and she can keep it all down now. So her recovery's been getting faster and faster now that I'm able to get like the proper like nutrients back into her system. Just recovered in his ear, in the ear. So was that a threat? The potential threat of going deaf? Is that what it is, or at least in one ear? The less guessing you have to do, the easier it will be to make it look right. Well, that's the thing, though, right? It's like, this is like the most basic way, basic like form of shading, if you think about it. You know, this style right here. You know, it's your drawing, you decide where the light source is, and then you just kind of put the shadows on the opposite side of the light source. I forgot. You just, yeah, we don't bring it up like that. We don't really bring it up a lot. Not like we're hiding anything. It's just kind of like, no, I don't want to bring it up over and over and over because, you know, it's not what people are here for. But, yeah, so the past couple months, well, it's been like 6 or 7 months now. It's just, I've been kind of taking care of her here at home, and that's why the stream times changed. Because for a while we were going in for like daily radiation, and it was just like I barely had time to draw or work, so like keeping a consistent stream schedule was just like the least of my fucking concerns. That's why the stream times changed, yeah. But no, yeah, sometimes I forget. Some people haven't been here in a while. Top of the earlobe, they just cut it out, but still had chemo. He's cancer. Yeah, yeah. That's good to hear. Yeah, the technology they have now, like, because I've learned so much over the past, half year. I've just learned so much, and I was like, God damn, like if you catch it early enough, depending on, of course, where it is, but like for a lot of them, if you catch it early enough, dude, they can just handle it now. It's fucking crazy. Not in every case, but a lot more cases than I thought. But we have to, we don't go back for the MRI to retest to see if the treatments work. We don't get that until like June. So we're kind of sitting on our hands waiting for that. I've drawn. It's not, this is just regular Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. Okay, I'm not okay. You guys have all seen my crazy Dragon Ball drawing, right? My drawing of every single Dragon Ball character. You have all seen that by now, right? So I take that thing with me to conventions, and you know, I sell it and I show it off, and it's really fun. And I know it's all in good fun, but there's one thing that I don't know why it bothers me so much when I go to these conventions and I have that drawing up, right? Because it's obviously original Dragon Ball in the center, but then sometimes I forget that these hardcore fans, these kids, they never even watch original Dragon Ball. Like, they have it on fucking Hulu and they just won't watch it. So they'll look at that my Dragon Ball drawing and they'll be like, "Oh man, let me get a print of that Dragon Ball Z, man. That is so sick." And I'm just like, "I'll take your money, but fucking kill yourself." Like, that's just like a pet peeve of mine, because I hear it all the time. Oh wait, I forgot. Kid Goku. He has flats. so the pants go down a little bit lower. It would be like, okay. Here's a perfect example. Like, it would be like if I came up to your Naruto drawing and I was just like, oh, that's sick. Let me go get that Boruto print right there. Or if you had like if you had an original, if you had like a Mobile Suit Gundam print, right? And someone came up like, ah, shit, let me get that Gundam wing piece right there. You know, like. You work in esports, everywhere you go, people say e-gaming. See, I'm uneducated in that area. Can you explain to me, like, can you explain to me, like, why that bothers you? Because that's I don't get it. Because that's something that I'm not educated in. Is e-gaming, well, actually, is it because when you say e-gaming, it like it almost reduces it? Okay, I get what you're saying. What if I told you I'm one of those people who don't care whether or not somebody calls it anime or a cartoon? I'm one of those people who I don't care. I get the point you're making with the esports. Speaking of reduction, the thing I hate the most, you know, the quickest way for me to just lose interest in you as a human being is if you use the word little in front of something. Like the most reductive thing like ever. So someone's like, oh, you're still doing like your little art thing? Like, don't fucking talk to me. Oh, you're doing your little fucking esports thing? I hate that shit. It's like, that's like that subconscious disrespectful thing where they probably don't even know that they're doing it, but like that's like a tell. It's like, oh, that's the way to that's the best way to describe it. It's a tell about how they really feel about it. Yeah, how's your fucking little relationship going with that girl? You know what I'm talking about? Your little relationship's going okay. I see how it is. You know what I mean? Like, like we laugh at that, but for real though, like, oh, that's a nice little drawing there. Anyway, that is, I swear to God, that's like one of the things I hate. Like, I don't care if people like what I do or not, right? Like, you can just, whatever, but just I'm one of those people where I don't care if they do or not, but if you don't, I don't need you in my face about it. I think that's how most of us are, right? We're just like, nah, it's whatever. You don't fuck with it, that's cool. Just don't bother me. Uh-oh, you got one? Okay. But you know what I'm saying, right? Yeah. See, now that we pointed it out, if you think about it in like hindsight, or you think you could come up with a billion examples now, right? Where you're just like, oh my God, just them saying that one word, it's a big tell. Yay, I've ruined more lives. It's been a while since I've ruined a life, so. And thanks for the follow. When you're younger, people called rollerblading skating. People would get tired, like it screams poser. What? What? Chibi, what's up? Nah. I think that might be a little different because that one's just a different terminology that mean the same thing. I don't know. All these words fucking bothering. We let bullshit bother us. You going to bed? All right, yeah. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. Yeah, for anyone who's new here, we do just kind of like to hang out in the sketchbook. We do like to just hang out in the sketchbook and get some practice in. You know, despite how busy I am with like client work, being able to come here on stream and just kind of, you know, get our mileage in for the day is very important. So I hope that as you watch and hang out with us, you also can sketch and get your mileage in for the day. How many traditional artists do we have in here? Your ink lines are too spotchy. Curve lines are way above your level. You're trying straight lines. I think straight lines are way harder. Straight lines are hella hard. What pen do you like to use? I mean, when it comes to brush pens, they're all kind of the same, right? Hold on, I think my wife is texting me. No. Oh, so you've only been using them a couple weeks? It takes a lot of practice to get these. I don't know why I'm looking over there. It takes a lot of practice to be proficient with the brush pen. Especially if you're used to using more like technical pens. Yeah, I have thousands and thousands of pages, like literally thousands of pages of brush pen work. I mean, it's a really like a finicky tool to begin with. Like if my brush has like too much ink in it, I find it harder, despite how much practice I have. If my brush has like too much ink pushed into it, then I either have to try and go to like another paper to take some of it out so I can get the line that I want, because when there's too much ink, it's hard to get like a thinner line. So there's just like a lot of little things like that that you have to worry about with a brush pen that you don't have to really think about with other tools. So as you're just getting started with them, don't get too frustrated over it. It's a tough tool. But I mean, it's one of those tools where once you get the hang of it, the reward is totally worth the effort, because like in my opinion, nothing looks like a brush. There's like an aesthetic that the brush gives that like you cannot emulate with. I'm sure you could emulate it with like a micron or something, but oh, the little red ring. That's what keeps the ink from flowing. But yeah, I'm glad you picked up the brush pen. I'd really like to see more brush pen artists. I know a lot of people, because it takes so long to get good at it. I know a lot of artists who either quit or they don't even want to bother with it. of all the pens that you could have gotten, you'd like, of all the ones, you got one that's waterproof. That's funny. You can always if you command pen, I just use like really cheap India ink to refill my brushes, and then you could ink wash with the India ink.
Check, 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 hey!
That was just bad luck, because even if you accidentally got the wrong one, the odds of you getting a waterproof one are really low. Anyway, have fun with your lining brush.
I'm DJ not Porter Robinson. Hands up, let's go! One, two, three, let's go! Hey, 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 go!
I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, this isn't the normal Pentel brush pen that I use. This is a Zig brush pen that somebody gifted me. It just says number 22 on it. That's all I know. I don't know. And I don't have the bag that I don't have like the box that it came in, so. Well, I mean, like I said before, most brush pens all kind of behave the same. Again, unless unless you pump too much ink into it, which makes it really hard to get like a thinner line. You know what I mean? Like it really comes more down to I would say conditions. Like how big of a page are you using? How much ink have you pushed into the brush at that particular time? What's the wear and tear on the actual brush? This is a brand new brush. Like this one, like I said, somebody sent it to me, and the brush is like in perfect condition. You know, it has never seen heat. So it has like the perfect conditions. So it behaves like a perfect brush pen. Yeah, like it does look very similar, but I mean, even like aquash pens, you know, the ones that are all clear, you can just put India ink in those and they'll behave just fine. You don't have to put water in those. Do I have a brush with just a little less ink? No, that one has too little ink. So the life cycle of my brush pens goes like this. When it's new, I use it for the line work, right? But I don't want to. I want to do my best to not wear it down so quickly, because you know brushes aren't free. So once the I'll use the newer one with the fresh bristles to do the line art usually. And then if there are areas I want to, you know, fill in black, I'll grab one of the older brushes where the bristles already kind of like the teeth are all fucked up already, you know what I mean? Then I'll use those to do stuff like this. Unless I'm doing like a performance or something, you know, out in the world, and then I'll just use the one pen for the whole thing. Yeah, those clear ones that they say used for water, like aquash pens, you can just put India ink in those and they'll behave just fine. And I believe you can buy the aquash pens, just like the empty bodies. You should be able to get those pretty cheap. So like it's a budget friendly alternative than buying a bunch of Pentel pens all the time, you know? My dogs have they must have ate something weird because they've had some allergy reactions to something. Probably I took them to my parents. I took them to their grandparents, and that's when it happened. So they must have just ate something over there or whatever. Anyway, so I have this dog antihistamine. It's like a doggy Benadryl, and I gave it to them to handle their allergies. But it has a side effect of just knocking them out. You know, like regular Benadryl will put us to sleep. I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty peaceful. The past couple hours, they've been knocked out. You know how parents, like back in the day, they used to just get like whiskey, dip their finger in whiskey, and give it to the baby? Like they're just like, here, they rub it on their gums, and the baby will be like, ah! And then there'll be the baby will pass out in like 10 minutes. It's not a horrible allergic reaction. It's nothing threatening. Like, we've had our fair share of doggy issues, but it's just kind of irritated their ears, and they're really itchy. Like, it's not to the point where we need to do like an oatmeal bath or anything like that. Yeah, see, you see this really like streaky look that I'm putting to it? I cannot accomplish this really streaky brush look if the pen has too much ink. If the pen has too much ink, I can't achieve this look, which is another reason why I switched to an older pen where the bristles are a little rougher and the ink has been empty for like, or has been at like 30% for like the last however many months, you know? That's another reason I like to use the older pens when doing this process here. Well, this one's like too empty though. Non-drowsy antihistamines. Yeah, for the dogs, it was just kind of like they don't have that much variety of options. But for me as a person, I don't like to take drowsy antihistamines either. I don't like to take any kind of drowsy drugs. Zyrtec is where it's at. For like that kind of allergy. Anyway, my point is, it's been a very peaceful few hours that they've been passed out. Because one dog is about 12 years old, and the other one is 8 months. So I'm dealing with a senior citizen puppy, or a senior citizen dog, who just needs help kind of doing everything, right? And then we have this 8-month-old puppy who is just like cannot be tamed. She's just she behaves, but she gets really excited. So it's like, it's just so much to deal with. Zyrtec is good because I'm Filipino, so I have a lot of family members in the medical field, and they get a lot of Zyrtec samples. So because I don't actually pay for Zyrtec, Zyrtec's the best one for me. Oh, you got a sleepy cat? That's nice. I'm gonna waste all our ink here. Something must... Hey, thank you for the follow. Everybody, thank you for all the follows. I appreciate it.
Look at the sky, I'm still here. I'll be alive next year. I can make something good. Oh, something good. Look at the sky, I'm still here. I'll be alive next year. I can make something.
Well, let's go solid black and then see what happens.
Even if you're falling, that's okay. There's a trampoline waiting for you. It's so easy. You just have to believe. 신지해봐인대요. So jump, jump, trampoline. Fly to where you want to be. Jump, jump, trampoline.
Ah, 2 years, nice. We have 2 dogs, but I know for a fact once we buy our house, my wife is just gonna go nuts. Oh, we have space for like 2 cats and another dog. Yes, we have physical space. I don't have the mental hard drive space for that many animals. So I've been doing a lot of client work lately, and the client work, most of it is digital, and most of it's NDA, so I can't show it, or you know. But my eyes are so tired. Shout outs to all my digital artists out there who are fucking doing that on the daily, man. Like all the time, like non-stop. I'm just like, ugh. American. Yeah, I'm first generation in the US. Have you picked up sleeping yet? I heard it's good for you. No, I sleep. I'm a big believer in sleeping. I'm not one of those like grind, kill yourself every day kind of guys. I believe that sleep deprivation is a handy tool when it's necessary for certain projects. But on the daily, I think it's important to practice uninterrupted sleep. I didn't always used to be like that. I used to be like, you know, no, it's every day, bro. Fucking sleep. What's sleep? I'm gonna cut up some lines and let's never sleep. You know? I hope all my fellow artists out there are making time to get some rest. You're doing yourself a disservice by not resting. Oh. No, that's that's still my average. 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours is kind of like my my sweet spot. I find if I sleep any longer than that, I don't feel any extra rested. And if I go over like 8 or 10 hours like some people do, I just get groggy. Like that, it doesn't do me any good. But no, like 4 to 6 is still my target. What's everybody's like prime sleep number here? Like hours wise, what do you find you work best on? Come on, survive long enough to finish. Come on, little pen. Survive long enough to finish this this leg. You can work with 7. Everyone's different. Everyone's body is different. Everyone's conditioning is different. You know, the quality of your sleep too. I actually have really bad sleep apnea, so I don't crave sleep the same way a lot of other people do. Like my wife loves to sleep. She can operate on like 7 to 8. I just don't, because I have really bad sleep apnea. And if anyone here fucking tells me to get a CPAP machine, of course I've tried it. I've tried a CPAP machine. I've tried using like nasal stuff. I had an $800 custom mouthpiece made where I could where it would move my, like I'd wear it at night and it would move my jaw forward like that. To prevent when you move your jaw forward like that, you open up the airway here a little bit more. So I had this like $800 custom mouthpiece made. I go actually like this, and it opened this up, and it still didn't work. The only thing that really works to help manage it is as long as I fast for like 8 hours before I go to sleep, which gives me a very small window of eating per day. And if I keep my weight down and my exercise up, it helps a little bit. But dude, because I'm 5'10", 5'11" on good days, I've gone down to 175 pounds, and I still had sleep apnea. Like, that shit just crazy. You sleep in blocks of 2 or 3 hours? Maybe it's because you should only sleep 4 hours. No. I'm talking about I've been dealing with sleep apnea since I was like 12. Periods of my life where I would sleep 8 hours, 10 hours, where I was a crazy gym rat. My weight was like, I've had it from being 175 pounds lean to being 230 pounds, traveling, being at home. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what the conditions are. It just is always there. Yeah. So instead, a more mature version of me is like, instead of trying to get rid of this thing that I haven't been able to manage since I was like 12 or 13, because I was a fat little kid, I've now learned to kind of like tailor my life around having it. And to me, it's just like, I don't crave sleep the same way a lot of people do, because it doesn't do shit for me. It gets my body functioning. It keeps me from dying. That's all sleep is. It's a formality. There you go. Sleep for me is a formality so I don't die. Why do you only sleep in blocks of 2 or 3 hours? I mean, you say it's not good, but I mean, do you feel fine? You still alive? Is your blood pressure okay? That's rough. Having like intermittent sleep periods instead of having like a like a proper uninterrupted set. That's rough. All right. Well, it is 2 a.m. where I'm at, and I need to get started on this client work that I have. So this was fun to get. This is what we do here. I pretty much use these, for anyone who's new here, I pretty much use the Twitch streams to just hang out with y'all while I get some miles in and, you know, get my traditional sketching in for the day. Every day. But yeah, I actually have to go get some work, actual work done now. So thank you all for hanging out. I invite you all to join the Discord. I dropped a link in the chat right now. If you can't see the link, or if you can't click the link in the chat, then you go into the description box below and you should be able to hop into our Discord. It's an art Discord. I love the community that we built there. It's you got a lot of jokers in there. Let's see who's online, who we can go raid.
Make some noise for KZ!
We're gonna go raid my buddy Jim. Really hard-working artist. Thank you all for hanging out, and welcome to all the new people. I appreciate all the follows. Yeah, we're gonna let the raid launch and do its thing, so we're gonna be here for about another minute and a half, okay? If you have any questions, feel free to throw them now. It's a little last minute AMA. Yeah, Jim's channel is blowing up. He's already hit 4K followers. That's cool. That's fast. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. No last minute AMA. Okay. I'm going to raid and run. If Jim is there, tell him I said what's up. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Thanks for hanging out.